the Farbarm XLR. Farbarm have really produced a clay shooting semi-automatic here. Very, very stylish. Like all Farbarm's got beautiful lines on. I mean, the whole sort of design aspect of it, they've got a design team that is, I don't know, probably one of the better ones about actually. Everything sort of goes together very well. You find a lot of semi-automatics and shotguns generally when they're designed, they sort of go, oh, that looks nice, and so does that. They all look nice together, even though they don't. They sort of try together. This is all, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing. Everything about it sort of reminds me of a car a little bit. Anyway, actually on to more important things. The Farbarm XLR5 has got, from the back, synthetic stock, black action, blue barrel, and synthetic fore end. All very unexciting. A lovely grey bolt in there, with a gold XLR on the side. That is the aesthetics. Things that are important to note that are slightly different than every other semi-automatic in the world. Well, not every semi-automatic, but most semi-automatics we have here, they have sight rails, so you can clamp a sight on if you really want to, you know, get accurate with your shotgun. Which I suppose might be important for certain disciplines. So I can't knock it, to be fair. It's very clever, very clever. On the back, if you didn't want to mount a red dot or a 8 to 32 by 50 scope on there, you have a green fibre optic rear sight. In the mounting, it doesn't actually come up and shout in the face. It's actually just quite a nice point of reference. You know when people stick the big beads on the front of their guns? It's a bit like that. Everything, you don't pay attention to it, but it is definitely there. Just sort of a nice sort of faint green thing in the background. The other thing I can say is that when you're out in the sun, I've shot a few of these, when you're out in the sun picks it up a lot more on a sunny day, obviously, than to a cloudy day. And then it can become a little bit eye-catching. Perhaps that's not a great thing. But on a dark day, great idea. Alright, so the boring stuff out of the way, what we have here on the shotgun that's slightly different to every other gun. We have rails for mounting a red dot sight. I know a few people who use these for action shotgun, and they're adequate. They are pretty good for it. They've got quite a wide loading gate, and they're nice. They're a nice gun for it, very fast. However, there is an increasing popularity I'm noticing with people actually strapping sights onto guns for clay shooting and experimenting, perhaps try and make themselves better when maybe they should focus on just getting a little bit more skill. What also you have is a rear sight fibre optic. Fairly strange sort of concept. However, on a sunny day in the dark, it's quite nice, and you just sort of, it's a nice point of reference. Like when you have one of the long sort of easy hit beads on the front of your gun, you don't really notice it on a dull day, and it's quite nice. My problem with it is on a sunny day, it does draw your eye, and anything that draws your eye on a gun is a bad thing, right? I say a little short for me. It comes with a nice soft pad, nice soft sort of rubberized cheek piece as well. That's quite a nice feature over just a standard plastic stock. It takes a little bit of the effort away. To load the XLR, it's a very simple procedure, much like every other semi-automatic. The bolt is sprung loaded. To lock it back, this little nipple here, push it to the side, pull the bolt back, and job done. Put the cartridge in, turn it over, and you'll see the bolt release. Press that, bolt flies forward, and on the back, just behind the trigger, you have the safety catch. Push it in, bang, 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 job done. This is a 3-shot, 5 shots are available. That said, it's not really a high capacity gun, so any more than 5, I don't think you've probably ruined the way it shoots. Really nice slick actions on these guns actually, but they need to be. They're not cheap by any standard. As you can see, here is our engineering, isn't it wonderful? You look at that piston, it's a rather big old affair, but it's all very, very nicely engineered, very shiny and delightful, and actually just a very pleasing piece of kit to anyone who likes a little bit of engineering, I suppose. So, observations on the gun. The grip is it's a long way to the trigger. It's an awful long way to the trigger on this gun. Fine for me. I can shoot it absolutely perfectly. However, everyone else is going to have to start gripping it a bit high, which isn't particularly ergonomic. Other things that are worth noting: strange rear sight affair, and that's about it. The other thing that is worth noting is it's got an immensely long fore end, really, really long. However, where it's designed for, it's not really a sporting gun for pigeon shooting, like, it's not really what it's designed for, but as a clay gun, people do like holding guns in very strange, weird and wonderful ways. However, it's nice to have the option to hook your finger around the end if you've got longer arms, hold it back close. There's an awful lot of variety, which is good. Obviously available in a number of barrel options, I think 26 all the way to 32 quite probably, and you have synthetic and wooden stocks.